no rain, or at least not that I've seen here this afternoon. And make sure you tune in and get you updated with all the latest weather information with Patrick Core here on Nougat Radio 92.7 FM. I had a wonderful day. I got to spend some of it up in Knoxville checking out UT. The Vols, yeah, they're not looking too bad. And hopefully we'll have a lot more to talk about as the season will be fast approaching, as they will get ready to be on the road and take on the West Virginia Mountaineers. And I'm sure that you're going to hear more about Tennessee football with our good friend Nick LaFew Saturday mornings between 8 and 10 a.m. with the Breakfast Blitz. So make sure you check that out and let us know. Add your input to the conversation. We want to say, when you get hungry, around lunchtime, I know I'm always looking for something to check out. And the Olive Branch, located in Eastridge, has got some interesting daily specials. They got chicken piccata, meatballs, and spaghetti. And if you're a vegan, they've got lentil stew. If you're a vegetarian, with the vegetarian pasta bake as well. So make sure you check out the Olive Branch, located here in Eastridge. Great restaurant. I've ate there on numerous occasions. Just really, really great food. So just want to give them that little plug there, and tell them that Nougat Radio sent you. Let's get started here. We're going to check out what is all going on. They are, when I'm saying they, I'm talking about NASCAR. And of course, Nougat Radio 92.7 FM is your NASCAR racing station. And going to be racing at the Tricky Tri-Oval at Long Pond, Pennsylvania this coming weekend at Pocono with the Overtons 400. So let's check in with my friend Susie Armstrong, get you updated with the latest in NASCAR news with the world of racing.
It's a fine line between wrecking someone and racing hard. Kevin Harvick masters the bump and run in Loudon.
Your goal is to not wreck them. Your goal is to move them out of the groove.
I'm Susie Armstrong, and this is the world of racing.
Kyle Petty here. My friends at Click and Close, the official mortgage provider of NASCAR, have stepped up this year to support Victory Junction through the fastest lap of the race program on NASCAR radio. So join our team. Go to clickandclose.com/NASCAR today to donate $43 or more and help us give the gift of camp to children with serious medical conditions. That's clickandclose.com/NASCAR, and just look for the Victory Junction logo. Thanks to Click and Close and NASCAR Radio for their support this season.
Welcome back to Sports View. Today's topic, who deserves to win big this season? My 2 cents, good drivers. That's why there's Snapshot from Progressive. Let's go to Rick for some confusing metaphors.
Look, if you put a classically trained cellist in a garage band and you tell him to play for Layman Young, I guarantee you the meat on that burrito ain't gonna light the candle.
Thanks for clarifying, Rick.
If you're a good driver, there's no other way to say it. You deserve discounts with Snapshot. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Snapshot not available in California, North Carolina, or from all agents.
Kevin Harvick, Kyle Busch, and Martin Truex Jr., also known as the Big Three, continue to battle for the 2018 Cup Championship at the top of the point roster. Harvick is the most recent to find victory lane at New Hampshire Motor Speedway after a typical short track bump and run on Kyle Busch, a move he says was very calculated.
Your goal is to not wreck them. Your goal is to move them out of the groove and get away from them far enough because you know they're going to be mad. I knew his car was going to get wide and he was going to be tough to pass. Kyle Busch is one of the toughest to pass when he has control of the race, and for me that was the moment that I needed to make it happen.
I'm Susie Armstrong, and this is the world of racing on the Motor Racing Network.
Thank you very much, Susie, and you can get all your NASCAR news here during the Locker Room Show. Here on Nougat Radio 92.7 FM, 95.3 FM HD4. All right. We'll check in with Woody Kane here a little bit later on in the show and get you updated with the latest from NASCAR today. And don't forget, you can catch all your NASCAR racing action right here on your NASCAR racing station, Nougat Radio 92.7 FM. And race this Sunday from Long Pond. Wonderful track. We'll get underway at 1:30 through the facilities of the Motor Racing Network. and you can catch that right here. If you want to watch it on TV, do so. Turn the volume down and turn Nooga Radio up. I'm telling you what, you'll really enjoy the great sounds coming from our race partners with MRN, PRN, and even IMS. All right, let's switch gears here. While the motors are revving throughout the season here, we've already got 19 races in the books. We've got 17 more races, but the real race going on right now is in the Southern League. That's right, your Chattanooga Lookouts. They snared the Blue Wahoos out of Pensacola Monday night with a 2-run, 4-3 walk-off win. The Red Hot Chattanooga Lookouts have won 7 consecutive games. So way to go to this outstanding team, a team that you can be proud of. They're really showing a lot of depth here, and they're playing great at the right time. So the Blue Wahoos, they broke a 2-2 tie with a run in the top of the 9th, but the Lookouts won the game in the bottom of the 9th. Chris Paul roped off a walk-off single to give Chattanooga the win and extend their winning streak to 7 games. Now, Pensacola now leads the South Division of the Southern League by 3 games, while despite their recent winning streak, the Lookouts are still in last place in the Northern Division, but they're only 5 games out of first. And if they continue this hot streak, well, things could change. I mean, they've run into buzzsaws with Birmingham and also with Mobile, but the Lookouts, hey, they can come back. They can do this. They can pull it off and have a really great time in giving the fans a lot of excitement here. But, you know, what's your thoughts about this? I mean, you can give us a call here at the Locker Room Show at 423-800-8949. That's 423-800-8949. You can also participate on Facebook Live. Give us your comments. We'll respond to those when we see them. We're also being streamed with video on Facebook Live as well as YouTube. So, you know, give us a shout out here. We appreciate all the various ones that pop in and out, getting a quick view of what's going on here at the Nooga Radio Studios. Don't forget to join Chattanooga's Morning News each and every weekday morning. Get traffic and weather 12 times an hour. And I know when I've been on I-75, you know, heading into work, I can often use that information, you know, heading up I-75 North, and especially when you get toward the split. It's like sometimes you just want to pull your hair out because of the way that drivers think, I guess you could say, for lack of a better term, here in the area. So it's good if we know if there's traffic delays ahead of us, you know, to kind of get off when we can and try to avoid those delays and then get back on at a later point along the way. And you can find all that information out with Russ and Val every weekday morning from 6 to 9 a.m. Then don't forget to join Glenn Beck. Yes, Glenn Beck. He is back. He is as good as he was a number of years ago. And he is back on the air with us from 9 to 11. And then Marie Mott. If you have not listened to Marie Mott since she started last Monday, you are missing out. I am telling you, I have been in this business going on 40 years, and I've never heard anyone as natural and thought-provoking as Marie. So check her out from 11 to noon. Well, we thought we had a caller, but they decided to not come through, but that's okay. And then, of course, Ross and Val, they get you updated with news at noon. You can get 1 full hour of that, and then we get into the smartest man with a bow tie in Chattanooga. That's David Toulis from 1 to 3, and then Sean Hannity from 3 to 6. And then news once again, and then you get me, followed by Keon Rose, the Clutch Man. That's right. Join him. He'll be coming up here right after the news from CBS at 8 o'clock. But let's talk balls for right now. We're going to talk a little bit about soccer. And August 25th at 2 p.m., Bryan College men's soccer team will get their 2018 season underway as they'll be playing host to the Golden Bears of West Virginia Tech University, a member of the River States Conference. Home opener versus WVU Tech will be one of 9 contests that the Lions will play on their own pitch, compared to their 8 that will come on the road, bringing their total to 17 matches on the year. Brian will be following up on another outstanding season as the Lions impressed in 2017 by collecting the majority of individual Appalachian Athletic Conference awards, having the most All-AAC first-team members and adding 2 on the All-AACC second team. In addition to the success on the field, Brian also excelled in the classroom with 8 student athletes making the all-academic team. Way to go, guys. Which was the second most of any team in the conference. And they had a tough schedule, but the Lions clawed their way past a trio of ranked opponents and another that received votes, and they battled for an impressive 14-6 overall record and a near-perfect 8-1 record in conference play before ending the season in the semifinal round of the conference tournament. Brian's efforts gave way to them receiving votes in the NAIA Men's Soccer Coaches Postseason Top 25 poll. Preseason coaches poll is scheduled to be released on August the 14th. So we'll be looking to hear from them of how their season's going to be going. And before you know it, college sports will be getting underway in earnest here in August. And of course, high school football getting underway August 16th in Georgia and also here in Tennessee. And, of course, Nuga Radio 92.7 FM will be your home for high school football here in the Tennessee Valley. So make sure you tune in for that. If you're a business out there, would like to be a part of the high school football coverage that we'll be providing, pardon me, you can do so by contacting us at 423-497-2407. 423-497-2407. Be more than glad to get you in the right perfect package for your business out there. So between Keon Rose, myself, and Nick LaFew, we've talked about the various games that are on schedule and everything, and we believe that we have got a very awesome schedule for you to be a part of and listening. And then, of course, high school football coverage will get underway on Thursday nights with the Gridiron Gang Show. We'll be on location in the Tennessee Valley, talking with coaches and or players and other media colleagues out there about the upcoming week's game or the past week in general. So you can always, find out what the mini is on that in particular. Also, then on Friday nights with the countdown to kickoff, that will get underway at 7 o'clock, kickoff at 7:30. So, it is action-packed. And then, of course, Keon Rose, Nick LaFew will be bringing you the high school football game of the week right here on Nuga Radio. And as we said, we've got 12 games in 10 weeks during the regular season. And we feel that we've got a very awesome schedule. We're going to be working with the Chattanooga Times Free Press in regards to the pigskin picks and also with the high school football poll that we'll be having out there, and we'll be putting that out together. And then, of course, after the game, you can get all the information, all the 411 of what happened in the Tennessee Valley. You don't have to wait till the next day with reading it in the Times Free Press or hearing it on the Saturday morning quarterback show or anything like that. We'll give it to you in detail. We'll have highlights. We'll have interviews as well from throughout the Tennessee Valley and also Northwest Georgia with the Fifth Quarter Show. And I'll be hosting that for you here on Nuga Radio 92.7 FM. Call us at 423-800-8949. That's 423-800-8949. A lot of great things going on with the sports action here. The CFC getting ready to prepare for their next season. And you can find that out as they prepare to go professional beginning next season. And I know Sean McDaniel, the general manager of the CFC, and his fine staff over there, looking at bringing more excitement to Chattanooga and the Tennessee Valley with the coverage with the CFC. And they really did well. The women's team also did well as well. losing one, maybe two games. I forget. Keon was telling me about that. And so, really awesome that the soccer coverage here in Chattanooga gets a lot of fans. There's a lot to offer for the sports and outdoors fan here in the Tennessee Valley. So make sure that you check that out. Follow up with the CFC. There's also Chattanooga Eagles, the semi-pro football team, finishing up their second season. And, they had a few buzzsaws that they ran into, but coming off of that division championship that they experienced last year and coming into their sophomore season, they will be back. They will lick their wounds as best as possible, and they will rebound. Not trying to use a non-football analogy, but they will be back and at it before you know it. So a lot of great sports action. And, of course, there's all kinds of triathlons and marathons, and you name it. You can find it all right here. A lot of sports and outdoors-related issues and items that you can, look to in regards to things to do here in the Valley. In his final meet as a member of the Baylor Swim Club, Trey Freeman set to race at the 2018 Phillips 66 National Championships this week. The competition will be held beginning tomorrow, going on through the 29th at the William Woollett Aquatic Center in Irvine, California. We want to wish Trey the best of luck in that. He will serve this meet will serve as the selection meet for the 2018 Pan Pacific Championships that will take place in Tokyo, Japan, August 9th through the 12th. The 2019 FINA World Championship team will then be selected based on combined results from Nationals and Pan Pacs. Good evening. You're on the Locker Room Show here on Nooga Radio.
Yeah, just letting you know, been listening for the past little bit. Can't get into it. I don't need to quit. Go down the hose. Don't matter. Just stop what you do. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Not getting into it. Well, I'm sorry that you're having issues, but don't forget, you can always call up, talk to us about various sports items. Call us at 423-800-8949. That's 423-800-8949. And we'll take your call no matter what the comment would be. Hopefully you'll use some non-derogatory words. We try to keep it clean, a family audience and that sort of thing. So if you would, just be kind and courteous in that regards. We're trying not to offend anybody. You can offend me all you want, but we only present the facts of what we know of sports. You're listening to the Locker Room Show here on Nooga Radio 92.7 FM. When we come back, we'll have more for you here in just a moment, so stick around. Anywhere.
Dear Mary Maids, please clean the kitchen and the cabinets and the floors and the chairs. And I wish you could clean the dog. Colin is now feeding himself. Thanks, Megan.
Hi, Megan. No worries. We got it all cleaned up. Let's hope Colin gets past the spaghetti flinging stage soon. Till then, we've got you covered. See you next time. Mary Maids.
Call 423-954-7443.
Nooga Radio. Are you brain dead? Still voting for pathetic liberals? Take 3 hours of Sean Hannity from 3 to 6.
Nooga Radio.
Then call us in the morning between 9 and 11.
92.7
Nooga Radio.
I got my business up and running and it's already expanding. I got lucky. Lucky because I found Signal Voice and Data. Signal Voice and Data can incorporate all of my business information sharing and communications seamlessly, keep my costs down, and let me work more productively with endless connectivity no matter where I might be. That's called working smart. not hard. Go to signalvoicetn.com and bring the future of communication to your business today. signalvoicetn.com.
Gold, 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 and more gold. And always buy American. At Rick Davis Gold and Diamonds, you'll always get better rates than the banks. We'll convert your silver, diamonds, cash into gold, gold, gold. Precious American gold. Certified by the federal government. Buy American. Rick Davis Gold and Diamonds. 499-9162. Call 499-9162. And visit Rick at 5301 Brainerd Road, Chattanooga. Gold, 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 and more gold.
All right, we're back here on the Locker Room Show. Glad to have you along here on Nuga Radio 92.7 FM. And we're glad to have you along wherever you may be. You can watch us on Facebook Live or on YouTube. And if you'd like to call in and comment, you can do so at 423-800-8949. 423-800-8949. And call in, talk about things, high school football. Practices got underway yesterday where they're able to use pads, and only mere weeks away before the first game. That'll be played at Finley Stadium on August 16th on a Thursday. And down in Georgia, they've got a big classic going on down at Rome where Ridgeland is going to be taking on Calhoun. And if I'm not mistaken, I think it's Baylor and Notre Dame that will be kicking off on the Tennessee side with the Kickoff Classic. So we'll try to have that broadcast for you and the rest of our football schedule that we got going on. Also, don't forget, we've got NASCAR action coming up this weekend beginning at 1:30. We're going to check in with our good friend Woody Kane with NASCAR Today.
A throwback scheme for Bubba and the King.
Whether it's STP weekend or not, he's always got something up his sleeve.
I'm Woody Kane. The story next on NASCAR Today.
I noticed my neighbor place a broken lawn chair by his curb. Naturally, I repaired it on the spot using JB Weld Original Cold Weld Formula Epoxy, then took off my shirt and laid down to enjoy the sun. When the family came home and saw a guy sunning himself on their lawn, they yelled, "Hey you, get out of our yard." But I know their hearts were yelling, "We were idiots for throwing that lawn chair away. Thanks for teaching us about conservation." Don't toss it. JB Weld it.
Welcome back to Sports View. Today's topic, game changers. Makes me think of Progressive's Home Quote Explorer. Finally, a simple, efficient way to quote home insurance. Let's go to Colin, who will now try to say something.
Okay, first of all, are you kidding? Never in my life. Okay, when you see stuff like this, look, I'm not the only one who thinks this, although everybody says I am.
Well said, Colin. Well said.
Get right to the point with Home Quote Explorer. It's a game changer. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers.
Richard Petty Motorsports unveiled its Darlington throwback paint scheme at the NASCAR Hall of Fame in Charlotte today. It's a nod to the Petty blue with red STP logos the King debuted at Riverside back in 1972. Wallace likes the look, but says he can't get caught up in trying to match Petty's success.
I think that's what you have to adjust to. You can't let the pressure of the King and what it's all meant for him and what he stood for, let that kind of settle in on you, because it's totally different times. So, when he comes in, it's like, "Hey, have you tried this? Have you tried that?" And I'm like, man, if you only rode on bump stops, you'd feel a whole lot different than what you did riding on shocks and springs. That's it. So it's a little bit different for us.
You can hear more tonight on NASCAR Live at 7 Eastern Time. I'm Woody Kane. This is NASCAR Today on the Motor Racing Network.
Overton's 400 will be getting underway at Pocono Raceway beginning at 1:30 Sunday afternoon right here on Nuga Radio, your NASCAR racing station for the Tennessee Valley. I'm Sam Jordan. I'm the host of the Locker Room Show here on Nuga Radio, 92.7 FM, 95.3 FM HD4. Glad to have you along. You can also chime in watching us on Facebook Live and also on YouTube. And if you'd like to comment on Facebook, you can do so, and we'll respond to your questions. Or better yet, just call in, chat with us, let us know what you think about sports in general here. NFL starting to get into OTAs and mini camps and that sort of thing. And Juju Schuster Smith with the Pittsburgh Steelers, I know he's fired up, ready to go. A lot of posts that he's been making online. He's hoping to see a lot more playing time as well. It'll be interesting to see how Baker Mayfield fares, as he is going to be possibly sitting and learning, or thrown right into the fire right away. The Cleveland Browns hoping for a turnaround of some sorts. And it'll be interesting to see how management and ownership really wants to tackle that. Mayfield, I think, has the ability to step up and, really make something happen. And I think that they had some decent draft picks to go along, with Mayfield's pick. It will be interesting to see how the Falcons do. Julio Jones, trying to play hardball, looking to make some more money. So whether he shows up for training camp or not, well, that's another story to be talked about at some point down the line. But the one thing that I've been intrigued about, the Dallas Cowboys doesn't have Jason Witten anymore. He retired. He's going to the broadcast booth. Des Bryant got released by the Cowboys, trying to move on. And so number 88 will not be in the picture anymore for the Cowboys. So it's going to be interesting to see how the wide receiver core, tight end core is going to be showing up for the Cowboys. Who are they going to throw in there to take the place of? And, is it going to be an all running game for the most part? I mean, surely they've got other wideouts or tight ends that, can get some touches of the football, but looks like they're putting their eggs in the basket with Ezekiel Elliott. And it'll be interesting to see how that shapes up as well. Philadelphia Eagles, coming off that Super Bowl win. I mean, I'm not an Eagles fan, especially if they play my Cowboys, but I will root for any team other than the New England Patriots. And for the Eagles to beat the Patriots, I've got to give them all kinds of credit. And, it will be interesting to see Carson Wentz or Nick Foles. But, Carson Wentz, I think, is the quarterback of the future. But it'll be interesting to see how the Eagles do defending their title against the rest of the 31 teams out there in the NFL. A lot of people are going to be surprised at how the New York Giants are going to be faring, because of them trying to make some changes. Jacksonville Jaguars, I think, is going to be a much improved team. So Carolina Panthers, I think we're going to see Cam Newton get back into his old form and see, Carolina do much better than what they did. But I think the Falcons will probably do better, just in my opinion, of that division and everything. They're in the NFC South. The Raiders could be an interesting team to watch as well. But, it will be interesting. The Raiders, they're in their next to last season being in Oakland before 2020. They've got a new stadium that they're building that will be kind of overlooking the Las Vegas Strip out there, seeing professional sports coming to Las Vegas in 2020. That'll be interesting. There's actually been talk about the Raiders leaving California after this season and playing at the University of Nevada, Las Vegas, prior to their new stadium that's under construction. They're in Vegas prior to them premiering that new stadium in 2020. So it'll be interesting to see how they do. This could be potentially the last season in Oakland for the Raiders. So sentimental reasons will be interesting to see if Oakland can do something if this is indeed their last season, or if they would stay another year like they're supposed to before going to Vegas. All right. Major League Baseball. Interesting how things are going with that. Dodgers, Cubs, and the American League East in particular. Kind of some surprises there. Seems like that's where the winning is going on, is the American League East, and then you've got your National League West with the Dodgers doing very well. The National League Central with the Cubs, the Cardinals, Brewers in that wild card and playoff hunt, could make things interesting. The trade deadline coming up here on July 31st. Teams looking to tweaking their rosters and everything. And I'm sure that some major league teams are going to be looking into their AA and AAA farm teams, or maybe looking at making a trade where they could pluck somebody from another farm system in a package deal of sorts, and prepare for that playoff run. It used to be the boys of October, but sometimes it seems like we go into November anymore with Major League Baseball playoffs. World Series, always was done in the early middle part of October, but last couple of years they've been pushing that quite a bit into November. So it'll be interesting to see how things go there. NHL will be starting back up before you know it in September. It'll be interesting to see how Nashville ends up getting ready for their season, trying to go back further into the playoffs instead of getting beat out like they did in the second round of the playoffs and everything. NBA, well, it's been kind of quiet since LeBron signed. And, Golden State feels like they're on the perch. They're not going to get knocked off anytime soon. But I'd like to see something happen in Atlanta. Wouldn't you? I mean, the Hawks, they've been kind of dormant. They've been grounded to a degree. So Oklahoma City and San Antonio, I think, are going to be some teams that will be looking to improve greatly. The Lakers, I don't think they're going to make the playoffs. And I think even LeBron has made a comment like that they're not going to do it in the first year, not unless they get some much needed help. And, it will be interesting to see how the Lakers perform. I think the Celtics and the Washington Wizards are the two teams that could make a lot of noise in the NBA, at least in the Eastern Conference. Not a whole lot of other teams out there. Cavaliers, J.R. Smith cannot carry that team by himself at all. It's unfortunate, but, it's the way it is. So hopefully we'll have, teams that will kind of try to make some marked improvements and try to better themselves. MLS, I haven't really gotten into watching MLS with Major League Soccer, but, soccer being a widely watched and supported sport, could change that attitude I might have, especially with Nashville getting a pro team. And, everything seems like it just kind of coming together. Chattanooga is going to be going pro next season. And, with Nashville getting their pro team up there on the major league schedule, I think could be a good working hand-in-hand partnership there. Chattanooga Lightning won the state tennis title at the USTA Junior Team Tennessee State Championship in Murfreesboro. That happened July 20th through 22nd. They'll advance to represent Tennessee in the 18 and under intermediate division. That'll take place down in Rome, Georgia, August 10th through the 12th, or the 2018 USTA Southern Junior Team Tennis Sectional Championships. Last year, the Chattanooga Lightning tennis team advanced to the Southern Championship. It's a wild card contender after becoming a state finalist in the 18U Intermediate Division. Champions consist of 10 players, 5 girls and 5 boys from several area high schools who came together each summer to compete in the USTA Junior Team Tennis Local Chattanooga program and the Tennessee State Tournament. Rachel Hinsby from Baylor, Bailey Dishman from Chattanooga Christian School, Mary Elizabeth Wacom from Signal Mountain, Emma Campbell from Baylor, Audrey Hill from Baylor, Jay Griggs from Signal Mountain, Henry Horn from CCS, Brandon Newell from Ray County, Andrew Thalen from Signal Mountain, and Ryan Griggs, also from Signal Mountain, a part of that team. So congratulations to them. We wish them the best as they head down to Rome, Georgia for that 18 and under intermediate division, representing all of Tennessee, coming up very, very soon. 423-800-8949 is the phone number to call with the Locker Room Show here on Nooga Radio. 423-800-8949, or you can also respond, pose your question or comment on Facebook Live at Nooga Radio 92.7 FM. And you can also watch us on there as well as on YouTube. Don't forget, if you'd like to be a part of our high school football coverage, if you're a business out there, manage your own, contact us at 423-497-2407. We have still some spaces available in regards to sponsorship of that. And we've got a wonderful schedule on tap for this upcoming 2018 high school football season here in Tennessee as well as in Georgia. We're going to be covering a lot of the schools that are in our immediate area, including Ridgeland, Lakeview, Fort O, and of course, Rossville as well. So we've got a pretty decent schedule out there, and we hope that you'll tune in on Friday nights. And actually, things get underway on Thursday night with the Gridiron Gang show. We'll be on location talking with various media colleagues, also with coaches and some players, hosted by Mike Congdon. And it will be a great show. Mike Congdon was a former assistant coach over at Red Bank, and he graciously agreed to step in here and host that, and he'll also be helping us out on Friday nights with high school football, and he will be out covering an alternate game and providing a report on that, and then he'll join me for the fifth quarter show immediately following our game of the week here on Nooga Radio 92.7 FM. We'll be also working with the Chattanooga Times Free Press. Stephen Hargis and his fine crew will be calling in with reports as well. And we'll also be talking actually with the top 20 high school football poll. And we'll have that in there, and with the Pigskin Picks as well. So a lot of great things coming down the tracks here in Chattanooga. And you can catch all your excitement and coverage of high school sports here in the Tennessee Valley, right here on Nooga Radio 92.7 FM, 95.3 FM HD4. And, of course, at NoogaRadio.com and with our Facebook and YouTube coverage as well. All right. The Chattanooga Mocs women's tennis team was named an Intercollegiate Tennis Association All-Academic Team. That was announced earlier today. Delaney Edwards, Caroline Hall, Emma Van He, and Sydney Patton earned the ITA Scholar Athlete recognition, the 8th year in a row that the Mocs have earned the team academic honor from the ITA. The award is open to any ITA program that has the cumulative team grade point average of 3.2 or above on a 4.0 scale. All varsity letter winners were factored into the cumulative team GPA for the current academic year, including fall 2017 and spring 2018. UTC has earned the ITA All-Academic Team honors 13 times since 1998, second time in the last 2 years that the Mocs had put 4 on the ITA Scholar Athlete list. So great job there for those ladies as well. 423-800-8949, your opportunity to call in, and let's talk some sports here on Nougat Radio 92.7 FM's The Locker Room Show. Coming up here after the CBS World and National News at 8 o'clock, we'll have The Clutch with Keon Rose. You can always talk sports with him as well here on Nougat Radio 92.7 FM. All right. Don't forget Nick LaFew with Breakfast Blitz coming up this Saturday from 8 to 10 a.m. Of course, he's going to have his spin on Tennessee Vols sports, in particular with football. And it's always interesting. I know Keon Rose joins him in on the show, and I try to, on occasion, to talk sports. And when the three of us get together, look out. I mean, it's not quite the Ron White comedy tour or anything like that, but when the three of us get together, we're usually splitting the gut, laughing hard, or having a timely discussion on various things with sports. And Nick is an awesome guy, and we're glad to have him a part of the team here with Nougat Radio 92.7 FM. So check him out if you would, every Saturday morning from 8 to 10 a.m. And we may have something special coming down the pipeline. As far as a little bit more coverage with Tennessee Vols, we'll hopefully be able to announce that here in the near future. I won't give away too many ideas or hints, but it'll be awesome if this all comes together. So, well, just got a comment from a viewer on Facebook. How about hockey or NASCAR? Okay. You must have joined in late because we were already talking about Nashville Predators and the NHL. NASCAR, of course, we're always talking about. But, the Preds, I think, will turn things around. I see that Marc-Andre Fleury, with Vegas, he's already signed up for another season. Mark has been in Philly. He's been in Pittsburgh. And, out in Vegas, the Vegas Golden Knights, I really thought that they were going to go far. And, I think they're going to reload for Bear next season. But I think the Preds are going to be the team that, other than living here now since September, I think the Preds are going to be one of the most dangerous teams next season. Yes, I totally believe that. The Preds, they had a little bit of a taste of it from the Stanley Cup Finals 2 seasons ago when they took on Pittsburgh, and Pittsburgh won another Stanley Cup championship. But this year they got edged out of it kind of early, but there were a lot of good teams out there. And, I think the ownership group with Nashville will improve. And I think they will come out with a vengeance here and take care of business. Or they'll make a bigger run than what they did this past season. So, hockey, I kind of going off here a little bit, off on the hockey. I really would love to see a hockey team come to Chattanooga. I don't care if it's a junior hockey team or even if it was an AHL team or a Federal Hockey League team or an ECHL team. I think hockey could work in Chattanooga. The Knoxville Ice Bears are the closest thing for hockey until you get to Atlanta or in Nashville with the Preds. But I really would love to see hockey come to Chattanooga. I think people would embrace it big time. I know hockey in the South. Are you kidding? But hockey could happen anywhere. I got into hockey here about 5 years ago, and I may have said this before, and if you've heard it, pardon me, but I never was into hockey, even though I lived up in the Northeast for over 30 years. I knew that the Flyers and the Penguins were around, and I knew, the NHL in general. But I'm telling you what, until I started to be a part of it as far as doing play-by-play with a minor league pro team in Central PA, and then when I went and did hockey up in Jamestown, New York. Fell in love with it, really did. And, you know, learning from some of the best in the business as far as with play-by-play. And it really turned me on as far as with being a part of hockey. And, you know, I can see Chattanooga really falling in love with it. Don't know if the possibilities out there for bringing a junior hockey team. I haven't really explored that, but, you know, you got to have that deep love for wanting to bring a sport like that, whether it's junior hockey or you know, with a minor league professional or semi-professional team as well. Getting ready to slide on out of here in just a few moments. We'll get you updated with all the latest news coming up here on Nooga Radio. Have a good evening. Don't forget to clutch with Keanu Rose coming up here in just a few moments. And enjoy your great evening here on Nooga Radio 92.7 FM.
Heating up, highs 88 to 90, mostly sunny, hot around 90 Thursday. Looking for a new career? Georgia Northwestern Technical College is where you need to be, featuring over 200 programs. Get focused, get hired. Fall admissions deadline July 31st. More at gntc.edu. And I'm Soar G12 Sheet Meteorologist, Badger 4.
Nooga Radio 92.7.